what's up? How are... Oh. What the...
No, I got 12 kids. I need this.
Oh, yeah. Well, I just had a baby. I'll take one. Can I have one? Yeah. No Diddy.
Honey, I don't know if y'all are aware, but there are some pretty interesting connections between Diddy and Nick Cannon that go way back. And with Diddy back on our timelines, people are connecting all the dots. From Nick specifically saying that his first Diddy party was when he was just 16 years old.
I've even been at one when I was a kid, like 16, 17, standing outside.
Nick.
Yeah,
This one. Come on.
Yeah, I live my truth.
To Jamie Foxx, also saying that he lived with Nick when he was around 13.
Watch you benefited from it. Nick Cannon used to sleep on my couch.
Get out of here.
13 years old. He'd be in one part of the house. He'd be like, can I, nigga, go back in there. You can't, the fuck back in there. You can't come in here. And he'd be like this, right? He slept on the couch. Ed Sheeran was the latest. Ed Sheeran slept.
Wow.
Ed Sheeran, my new house. Ed Sheeran slept on my studio floor for 6 weeks.
Notice how similar this is to how Usher also lived with Diddy when he was about 14. Add on to that the allegation that Jamie Foxx was apparently known for hosting naked basketball games and was also a regular at Diddy's parties.
I would show up to the party in my little in a little town car. There's town, you know. I grabbed me a town car so I could skirt. Puff the SUVs and the Bentleys, the whole night. He get out. I get out too with a camera. The big Canon, like, yo, Puff, I should document this. Yo, what's up, Playboy? What you talking about? I said, no, I should get this, man. You, Fonzworth, whole nine. He says, yeah, let him through.
Child, when you put all of these alleged details together, the timelines and living arrangements create a network of connections that all lead back to Diddy. But here's where it gets interesting. Allegedly, Diddy and Nick's connection is way deeper than Nick would love to admit, and I've even seen reports claiming that they had some sort of pact to have many babies. And guess who can allegedly confirm these claims? Yep, Nick's ex, Miss Mariah Carey. I know, it's crazy to even think about, but let's just get into it. This story kind of started making rounds because Diddy has been trending again, courtesy of 50 Cent's documentary on Netflix, and people have once again started dragging in old connections, past friendships, or anyone who might have ever been in the same room with Diddy. Personally, I never expected Mariah's name to be dragged in the circus, but allegedly, there's a connection there. Well, she was mentioned in Diddy's trial, and we've seen her in photos from Diddy's parties, so maybe it's not too far-fetched. So, recently, Nick confessed that the decision to expand his family was a trauma response to his breakup with Mariah, and although he said that he wasn't acting out, he called his actions careless and said that he could have thought the process through a little bit more. For reference, Nick shares 2 children with Mariah Carey, 3 children with Abby De La Rosa, 3 children with Brittany Bell, 1 child with Brie Tiesi, another child with Lanisha Cole, and 2 with Alyssa Scott. When you compare this to Diddy, he has 7 children with 4 women, 1 son with Misa Hilton, 1 daughter with Sarah Chapman, 1 daughter with Dana Tran, and 4 children with the late Kim Porter. Now, what people are saying is that even though Nick won't admit it, there was a deeper connection between him and Diddy that allegedly even involved them having a pact to have many children. Nick Cannon himself has actually said multiple times, or rather bragged, that he attended his first Diddy party when he was just 16 years old.
If we look at it, he had all of the attractiveness that would lure, innocent women in, the money, the power, the fame, the fun. It looked
charisma,
like before this year, a Diddy party sounded like a good time.
Right.
I remember being 16, 17, standing out in the cold in New York trying to get into a Diddy party. Right. That every celebrity, or I've DJ'd parties at Diddy's house where they may not be talking about it right now, but every A-list celebrity in the world was there, and you're like, this is the holy grail. Wasn't no weird stuff going. Everybody's enjoying themselves and having a good time. But now the definition of a Diddy party is it sounds
Diddy.
It sounds dark. It sounds twisted. It sounds like things we can't even fathom.
Wait, hold up. First of all, what was he really doing at such a young age in that world? But also, was he sharing just enough to tell the story without revealing the full picture? Maybe to distance himself from Diddy's circle, or the more controversial aspects of those early Hollywood connections? Or was he intentionally keeping certain details vague to hide the true nature of their relationship back then? The The way he talks about it, especially because he brags about it rather than give information, leaves a lot of room for speculation. Think about it. All these celebrities, including Nick Cannon, who said, "I left early." Why? Why did you leave early? How many knew what was going on at those parties, and even though they didn't participate, still said nothing? Well, Nick certainly speaks like someone who knew exactly what was going on. And it also doesn't help that there's the connection between Diddy and Nick Cannon that boils down to Jamie Foxx. How? Ever heard of those naked basketball games that Jamie Foxx allegedly hosted for celebrities? Yes, Jamie Foxx has tried to deny over the years that he played basketball naked with men. Like when he was asked about some pictures that made rounds of him playing basketball naked, Jamie was just like, "I know I wasn't. That was on the beach, so I don't know. It was young in my career."
You gotta be
wait a minute
careful.
though. What about those pictures that showed up?
What?
Didn't you have some pictures of you playing naked basketball or?
I know it wasn't that. We was on the beach or something. I don't know. It was young in my career. You know how we do.
Did you kill the pictures somehow? Did you buy them
They
up?
killed.
or-
We bought. I think we had to pay for them. They found them in my house in Vegas.
Right.
And you know, Vegas years. Shit, I was about to start a whole circus act.
But people from back in the day swear that these naked basketball games existed. I mean, there was a post from IMDb that was deleted where Jamie basically apologized to his neighbors for playing naked basketball, saying, "To all my neighbors, I just want to say that I'm sorry and I'm sending gift baskets to you for all the wrong I've done. We used to play nude basketball in the back, for clinical reasons, to release the soul. Part of my fence was down and I didn't know that the lady and her family was there. I wasn't there at the time." In addition, Wendy Williams talked about the naked basketball games when she was talking about how Tommy Davidson accused Jamie in his memoir of ripping off his underwear during an In Living Color sketch. According to Wendy, if the allegations were true, it was because Jamie appreciates a high, hard bootay. Actually, there have also been allegations that Jamie Foxx stopped going to the Breakfast Club show because DJ Envy once brought up the naked basketball games. Other than this, there was also a content creator named Crystal who went viral for opening up about how very successful celebrities used to attend basketball games naked, courtesy of mostly Jamie Foxx and Diddy. She alleged that Jamie Foxx used to host basketball games, but the thing about the games was that they were attended by men only, and they had to play basketball naked. According to Crystal, a lot of your favorite celebrity men attended these basketball games, and if you want to know who was there, look at all the people who Diddy and Jamie Foxx have been hanging around with for years. As for how she got all that information, she said that her mom used to work for radio stations, and she would take her to work with her often, so she heard the things that were being discussed at these radio stations.
When I heard about the Jamie Foxx situation, I was literally like 7 years old. And a lot of you guys don't understand that I practically lived at radio stations with my mom. Like I was there 24/7. I was always at the radio station. So I got to hear adults talking about things because I was a fly on the wall at that point. So 7-year-old Crystal heard about these celebrity butt naked basketball games. And I couldn't remember who he even was. I just remember thinking at that time, I was like, why do those men want to play basketball naked together? Like, that's so silly. Like, they're funny. And it didn't dawn on me until I was like an adult that I was like, oh.
Well, Jamie Foxx has worked very hard to make sure all these receipts are no longer on the internet, but anyone from back in the day will tell you that they existed. But you know what's even crazier? When receipts of Diddy started coming out, there were various claims that Diddy was actually the mastermind behind all those naked basketball games that Jamie Foxx was hosting, and they even involved the likes of Nick Cannon and Usher when they were still teens. Again, I don't know how true this is, but people are saying that if Nick was being exposed to such things at such a young age, they totally get his fetish for siring babies. I mean, Jamie did say that Nick used to sleep on his couch when he was a teen, and we are talking about someone who said that Ed Sheeran used to sleep in his studio as well. Baby, I can also tell you that Ed has said a few things about parties that Jamie Foxx was hosting when he was living in his house, but I won't go into that. Now, when it comes to Mariah and Nick, their relationship has definitely been one for the books. They initially met at the Teen Choice Awards in 2005, where he presented her with the Surfboard Award for Choice Music R&B Artist. However, it wasn't until 2008 that they started dating, and within 6 weeks they were already married. At the time, they had so much fun that they decided to renew their vows every year on their anniversary. They retied the knot in Paris, in a Cinderella-inspired ceremony at Disneyland, and even in the hospital when their twins were born. However, Nick and Mariah separated in 2014, and Nick filed for divorce shortly thereafter, though their divorce wasn't final until 2016. At the time, rumors that Nick had allegedly been cheating on Mariah began to circulate, but he denied the claims and explained that the reason for their split was that he felt they were no longer growing as a couple. Since then, there's been a couple of dramatic episodes between the two, and I know that Mariah recently said that she prefers not to talk about Nick in any way, shape, or form, but allegedly, with Diddy's recent developments, she's been more than willing to spill the tea behind the scenes. Allegedly. And you know what? Some people are also saying that they always wondered why she never worked with Diddy after Honey and Fantasy Bad Boy remix. I mean, they are arguably two of her most groundbreaking songs that impacted pop culture in regards to their originality and creativity at the time. You'd think they would have continued their working relationship unless something happened that led her to distance herself after '98. Well, there's the fact that Diddy became very close to Tommy Mottola and also dated her sworn enemy J-Lo that may have put Mariah off, but also we are finding out now that Diddy may have influenced Nick Cannon negatively back in the day. I don't know, guys. I feel like there's a lot of hidden layers here, but you let me know what you think is the real connection between Diddy and Nick Cannon in the comments section below.